Here's a raw and transparent story of how I became a millionaire at 21 as a Mexican kid in a third world country. And it's probably not what you think it is. To be honest, I didn't even know I was going to get this far this quick when I started my journey. But being transparent as well, I always knew I was meant to do great things. I always had this big vision and a lot of dreams I wanted to achieve. I was never a big school guy. I was honestly pretty inconsistent with it. Never really did homework. I just did good with exams every now and then, but I always knew I wanted to build something big. I remember being a kid and people asking me like, what are you going to be when you grow older? And I used to say I was going to be a millionaire. And I had no idea how, but I knew I was going to do it. And it might be ego. You can call it ego if you want it. It might be a bit of ego, to be honest, but it happened. I genuinely just had no idea it was going to happen this quick. I'm 21. I started my journey like around 3 years ago when I was 18, barely turned 19. And I'm on a really good spot. And I feel like I'm just getting started. There's so much growth coming for me. There's so many things that I still want to achieve, but I can argue that I'm pretty successful. I've traveled around the world. I bought my dream car literally a couple months ago. I live in a really nice place and I can spend time with my family whenever I want. And you can do it too. You might feel lost. I still feel lost every now and then. I still feel afraid. Sometimes I even feel like I'm not capable of doing certain things, but it's not about not feeling these emotions. It's about persisting and going through even when you feel them. And it worked. But I'll be honest, it wasn't always this way. I had no idea where to start 2-3 years ago. I had no idea what I even wanted to do. And when I even started this journey of sales and entrepreneurship, like dead ass, most people call me crazy. My mom used to say that only 0.001% achieve these certain things, and my dad called me stupid when I first invested in a mentor 2 years ago and spent every last penny of my savings. It was 20,000 pesos back then. That took me around 1.5, 2 years to save up. He was genuinely actually pissed at what I did. And he said I spent money, and he said I was stupid. But that kind of forged me, and I'll be honest, I'm not trying to attack my parents. They were the best people I could ever ask for to be my parents, but it hurt. Back then I felt doubt. I was scared. I didn't know what to do, and everybody was calling me crazy, but I decided to just keep going. And there it was, pretty young, just turned 19, wanted to build my own business, and I discovered sales. And I knew I always wanted to talk to people, and I enjoyed it, and I actually was going to study psychology before I dropped out. So I knew it was kind of something or somewhere that I wanted to be at, and I pulled the trigger, And I'll be honest, most gurus are telling these stories of, they tried dropshipping, SMMA, all these different things, but everything failed. And this is why you need to try this new big thing. But it's not that way, bro. Everything works. Every single thing you can do works. I have friends that are traders. Literally my guy here, he makes fucking bank with trading. I have friends that do dropshipping and they do pretty well. Everything works. You just got to commit to something long enough. And that's what happened to me. I didn't try many things before this, bro. I was selling babes in high school until I tried this, and it was 6 months of me pretty much just eating shit. Not making any bread, working for really bad offers, doing cold calling, cold email, cold messages, everything I could do. And I made no money for 6 months. It was 6 months of me working for free, literally. But I was willing to make that happen because I had people that I knew were killing it, because I was in the right communities with the right people. Around me were making 10K a month. I was making no money until it clicked. 1 month I got my first setting role and I made my first 4K a month. 6 months later, January of that year, I remember I made 9.7K in a month, and I decided this works. I'm gonna go all in. I was living in Mexico. 9K a month, for you guys to have perspective, is literally doctor salary, even more than that, way more than that. $1 is like 20 pesos, my currency. And I made almost 10K of that. So I decided to drop out. I quit school and I went all in. And it didn't really turn out how I wanted to. Right after quitting school, I went from 9K to 2K a month. And I was like, fuck, this might not even be for me. Maybe everyone was right. Maybe I should just get back to school. But I kept going. I kept going while people were calling me crazy, while people were calling me stupid, while people were telling me just save more money. Just save your money, don't even invest it. Don't waste it. And I kept going, and now I'm here, and I made it. And it was all due to one single skill. Everyone out there talks about high income skills or offer value to the market, but what does this even mean? High income skill means something you can leverage, something that you can put yourself out there, and someone's gonna pay you money for what you can offer. And that's why I clicked. I built a high income skill. I built a high leverage skill that people value. And I got to the point in which people were looking for me. I wasn't looking for people to help or for people to work with. People wanted my help because I was so valuable to the market, but there was a need that was needing to be fulfilled. That's why people paid. After so many months of grinding and doing pretty good, I realized that the only thing I wished I knew when I started, the only thing that if someone would have told me this back then, I'll probably be retired by now, or at least on a better spot. And that is just being so jealous about your energy, because life is about energy. Some gurus talk about this, but it's actually true. Energy is the most and highest, and it's basically the most valuable thing you can have, and the biggest asset you can leverage. And it can be something you leverage, or it can be something that consumes you. Most of the time, people drain energy from us. Things, your work, your 9 to 5 drains you, and you come from work and you don't even feel like doing anything. I feel you, bro. I've been through that. You know, and you compare yourself and you're thinking, oh man, like this young kid, this young guys are making so much money. How are they doing it? It's not that I'm smarter, I'm not better. I was just very, very, very efficient with my energy, and I'll be honest, I could have done it a lot better. Because I was still hanging around with people that drained me. I was still doing things that I shouldn't even be doing. You not going to your 9 to 5, deciding to quit, doesn't mean you're lazy. It means that you value yourself, your time and your energy, because your time is the only thing you can't get back. So if you prioritize it, and you don't just prioritize the time you have in a day, but you also prioritize the energy you put into certain things, you're gonna get very, very, very far. I promise you that. And the other thing, man, so that's one thing. That's one thing you really need to take care of, your energy. And the second thing is, the main advice that people were giving me back then was, save your money, bro. You actually made it. You made 3K a month with setting, 4K a month with setting. Now save it all. F no. F no, I'm not gonna save it all. I'm gonna reinvest in myself. Yourself is the biggest investment and the most highest return of investment you're ever gonna have. S&P 500 is not gonna get you rich. Tesla stocks is not gonna get you rich. Apple stocks is not gonna get you rich. You are gonna get yourself rich. Investing in a 12, 13, 15, 20% return of investment yearly is not going to make you rich. That might cover your world. That might make you wealthy later down the road. Once you're making 10, 20, 30, a couple 100K a month, that might get you to building wealth, but it's not going to make you rich. What's going to get you there is building in yourself, investing in yourself. Most people told me don't do it. The first thing I did when I made my first 4K a month online was investing into more courses and more programs and more coaching to become better, to become more valuable to the market, to become someone that can't be replaced. That's why I did so well, because you're not going to get anywhere if you play it safe. I was literally reinvesting around 50, 70% of whatever I was making. And you can call me lucky, maybe I am. Because I live in a third world country, and I'm probably not going to leave because I love it here, and I don't really spend much. I generally don't really spend much, and that allows me to heavily invest. But you're never going to get anywhere in life if you play it safe. You're never going to become anyone worth becoming by playing it safe, especially if you're young, bro. If you're my age, if you're 17, 18, 20, if you're even under 30, bro, under 35, dude, you have so much life ahead of you. Take the risk. Take the step. To people that are not even close to where you want to be, bro. And I'm not saying listen to me, don't listen to me. I'm a 21-year-old kid in Mexico. But listen to someone that you look up to, and if that's me, so be it, but fucking do the thing. That's how I became a millionaire. And I'm not even a fucking millionaire, bro. I have maybe a millionaire in pesos, but I'm not there. But the thing is, I'll get there. I'll get there very, very, very fucking soon. Because my mind is aligned, my soul is aligned, and the work I put in every single day is aligned. So there's literally no reason why I won't get there. If you want to laugh at me or say that I'm clickbaiting, I fucking am, bro. Because I'm gonna become a millionaire. And I promise you that if you take this advice, your life is gonna be at least slightly better. But anyways, bro, if you Want to learn more of what I do? If you're ready to start acting like someone that makes the money you want to make, reach out to me, bro. My Instagram's in the bio. Send me a message. Maybe we can have a chat, bro. If we can, amazing. If not, just keep going, bro. God bless you.